Now, when it comes to skunks, you don't actually have to see them to know they're there. You can smell their spray from kilometers away, or you might see them burrowing or foraging in your backyard or neighborhood. Skunks are always looking for food, water, and shelter, which may come with associated risks to your health or property. In this video, we're going to teach you how to successfully capture and relocate a skunk effectively. Whether or not you see them or smell them on your property, identification is critical when it comes to live trapping these animals. They can be identified simply by their smell, their look, their black and white nature. They have long claws, excellent for digging and foraging for food in your lawn. They can be up to 20 to 30 inches in length and weigh up to 6 to 8 pounds. When a skunk feels threatened, they're not going to spray right away. There's signs and symptoms to look out for before this happens. They'll stamp their feet, raise their tail, and face you head on. As soon as they turn their bodies, you know the spray is on its way. So what might attract a skunk to your yard or property? For starters, they're always looking for food, water, and shelter. Skunks are omnivores in nature, which means they can eat plant material or animal-based material. They'll eat insects, frogs, mice, grubs, and other earthworms in your yard or property. You might see them tearing open the sod to gain access to these insects or grubs. You might see them in the overflow of birdseed on your yard or property. When it comes to your water sources, any water source, any stagnant water may lure or attract any wildlife, especially skunks. You might have a pond on the property, a pool, depressions in your sand or soil, leaving a pool of water when they have a heavy rainfall. Ultimately, they're looking for shelter. So if you see any burrowing underneath any sheds, decks, or structures, you know you might have a skunk problem on your property. Now, when it comes to preparing your trap or trap site, it's best to wear a long sleeve shirt. We're masking the scent of a human to help not deter the skunk away from the trap itself. When selecting the trap, we're going to use a nice large trap where the animal will feel comfortable to enter all the way back to the trigger pan, step on the pan, and be captured in size. We typically use a 32-inch long by 10-inch wide by 10-inch high style trap. When we're handling the trap and selecting our baits, we're going to use our leather gloves, again, not to deter the animal and prevent the odor from our skin and our hands onto the trap or bait itself. We also want to make sure we remove any food sources on the property to eliminate any bait competition. Now, bait competition could be any food source the animal may go to over our chosen bait. This could be vegetables in your garden, fallen fruit from your trees, excess bird seed on the property, or any outdoor pet food you might have around the home. Also, take a look at your trash and your trash storage containers so there's no food competition for the bait we've chosen. This may be the ultimate and most important step in regards to your trapping and successful trapping procedure: trap placement. Isolating the area is critical. We're going to factor in a few different things here, starting with where have you seen the animal? Are there any signs or symptoms? Digging, burrowing, tracks or depressions in the lawn or soil? We want to place the trap where the animal may feel comfortable, so away from human or pets or other food sources. Typically, they will travel perimeters for security and safety. So we want to have that trap right up against a perimeter fence, a shed or a garage, or right next to an open burrow that you notice that they've been entering into. If you're trapping inside a shed or a garage or large structure, again, we want to place that trap as far away from people or intrusions, and again, along a perimeter edge for the highest success. So once we've isolated an area, we also want to make sure that we're not placing the trap directly in the sun. Although there's a trap cover protecting the animal, we want to keep humane treatment in mind. Place it in an area where it gets generally the most amount of shade throughout the day. If it's going into fall or winter, place it in an area where it's protected from the elements such as snow and rain as well. If you're placing the trap indoors like a garage or shed, you want to make sure the trap is close to an opening or entry point of how that animal got into that area in the first place. So we've identified the skunk, we've selected the proper location and the proper trap size. Now, what are we going to use to attract the skunk into the back of the trap? We are going to start with sardines. Sardines are a great protein source. It's very smelly. They'll smell that from a great distance. It'll entice them to investigate and enter the back of the trap. We're going to place this bait at the very back of the trap and secure it with a zip tie, ensuring the animal comes all the way through to the back of the trap, stepping on the trigger pan and enclosing the animal inside. verify your trap is working, simply set it and engage it, place the trap cover, and you're ready to trap a skunk. Here's an additional tip from Pest Protection Plus. Drizzle a little bit of that sardine juice, get that odor in the air to entice the animal to investigate the back of the trap, where they have a great protein snack waiting for them. Now, when it comes to monitoring, these animals are typically nocturnal in nature. Skunks do majority of their business between dusk and dawn. When we come to check the trap, we want to check it first thing in the morning. We want to approach the trap slowly. Although the trap is covered and the animal feels it's encased, there's no guarantee it's not going to spray. So approach slowly, approach with caution, walk and step lightly, and do a visual check every morning. Pest Protection Plus tip in regards to checking your skunk trap first thing in the morning. An easy tip is to look and see that the trap door is down. You can use a flashlight to verify through the trap face. Shine the light to the back of the trap, verifying there's an animal and your target animal inside the trap. When it comes to relocating this animal, an additional way to keep them calm and comfortable is place a large blanket, a painter's blanket, a tarp or towel right over the trap, ensuring that animal feels encased and comfortable for transportation. So you've successfully captured a skunk, and now it's time to relocate this animal. Number one tip is to know before you go. Have a plan in place. Have a vehicle ready or prepared for transportation of this animal. If you're worried about spray, urine, or feces contaminating the back of your vehicle, you can prepare the vehicle with garbage bags, tarps, towels, anything you might find useful to help create that barrier from the back of your vehicle. Keep this animal in the back, away from you or pet people or pets. Have a predetermined location in mind and make sure you drive slowly, avoiding any bumps or disturbances to the back of the vehicle. You don't want to have any accidental sprays or exposures to the back of your vehicle. When relocating the animal, make sure to keep the trap facing away from you so that the animal can vacate and feel comfortable to your location site. Congratulations, you've successfully relocated your trapped skunk, and now you want to take preventative measures to your home or property to avoid having to deal with this skunk issue in the future. For starters, we want to eliminate any food, water, or shelter that may be enticing these animals to your backyard. If there's any food sources like birdseed, any fruits or vegetables that may have fallen down from your trees, your shrubs or garden, any tampering with your garbage bins, eliminate anything that may entice these animals to come feed off your property. If you notice that they're burrowing or digging or tearing up your lawn, you can get the yard treated for grubs. Now, when it comes to water sources, this can come in a variety of ways. You might have stagnant water, such as depressions in the soil or sand that may be accumulating rainwater. Fill these areas in with any sort of substance or substrate. Any pools or ponds, you may have pet foods, dishes and bowls that may be around the property as well. Ultimately, eliminating shelters for these animals. You want to make sure your yard is nice and tidy. There's no brush piles. You don't have any burrows underneath your decks, sheds, or dwellings. You can have these areas sealed off, or again, take heavy stones, river rock, or border that perimeter to make sure there's no intrusions for the future. Now, when considering the protection of your home and property, or even the health and safety of your family and pets, humane trapping and relocation is critical. It's the ultimate thing to do. Remove that animal from the property and deter that animal from coming back. If you're not sure you want to tackle this project on your own, you can call one of our wildlife specialists to come out, inspect the property, keep your home safe and protected from wildlife intrusions. If you do want to attempt this on your own, follow the timestamps below for a step-by-step guide on how to successfully capture and relocate a skunk successfully.